Last year, Tested and I were invited behind the scenes of HBO's House of the Dragon during its season 2 production. We'll take you behind the scenes where craftspeople are painstakingly making props and weapons for the show. They're engineering dragon riding rigs and designing the iconic trappings of Westeros. Let's dive in. Hey Ron, how's it going?
Hello, pleasure to meet you. I'm all right.
You built the map of Valyria, the physical map for the last season.
Yes, I did, yeah.
I'm obsessed with architectural models. I love the scale that they bring to stuff. That model, we're looking at a piece of it now, but how big was that model?
It's about 10 times the size of this. This is the front section of it. So
10 times the size of this?
Yeah.
Okay, and tell me the processes you use to make it.
It's all just mainly, like the base is all just CNC'd.
Okay.
So just without foam, simple
Out of foam.
blocks. Yep, and then all the details all 3D printed.
Really?
Yep.
This is,
Look. Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah.
See it there.
The open frame, the STLs, that's amazing.
Yeah. I think it's about 250 buildings altogether.
So you had a whole bank of 3D printers going for weeks?
15 of them or something like that.
24 and then you spray texture them.
Yeah, it's all stippled in a plaster stipple, and then painted by the painters. Amazing.
I mean, I love this. It looks like it's made of stone. It's totally 3D printed. Okay, so what is happening here?
So Aegon's going to be smashing it up. So this bit's actually pre-smashed.
Yeah.
So the camera's going to come in and it's already smashed up. But there's going to be other sections that they casting out foam and breakaway material, so you can come in and start smashing all those up. Because if you start hitting all these 3D prints, they're going to splinter.
They just turn into dust.
Yeah, and also you can't reuse them.
Right, and they're not...
Yeah.
So you really have to plan every hammerhead of a smashing sequence.
Yep.
So you're sculpting the open bits and what we see after the hammerhead.
Yeah. So this is already pre-done. The camera will come in once this already happened.
It's not painful tearing up your original model.
Oh well, initially it was. Yeah. When I first started talking about it, but.
Is that the end of the model in the show then?
Yeah.
All right. So you get to say goodbye to this friend.
Yeah. Going out in style.
Do you feel any kind of catharsis, because you are actually sort of intimately each of the hammer blows?
Yeah, no, it is. It's gonna be heartbreaking, but
oh man, oh this is so.
So the guy's actually going in and now and filling all this in just
so it has some weight.
So it's a bit of weight. If it falls over, they're not gonna see a bit of foam underneath.
Amazing. I just love that it's all 3D printed. I mean, when you finished it. It must have been pretty awesome.
Yeah, it took about 3.5 months.
3.5 months?
3.5 months, and then a lot of days on set standing by of it. Basically, I want to get cameras in different parts of the room.
Were there flyouts and places?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And then if they wanted to go from episode 2 to episode 5 and then back to episode 2, you got to take it in, take it out again.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah, so it went on for about 8 months altogether, my little baby.
Riding the sunset, keeping it going. So, Ron, you were saying this is the last part of the model of the city.
This is the last part.
Okay, and what's distinctive about it being the last part?
It's the last part. You can tell, but if you look at the buildings, they're a lot more simple.
Yeah.
I mean, as the king got older, the carving could get more simpler.
His abilities are diminishing.
Yeah, and he's getting ill as well. He was ill as well.
So it's sort of telling the story of his aging.
Yeah.
And I mean, talk to me in detail about this stippling and the painting work, because it really just looks amazingly like stone.
Yeah, so obviously when the 3D print comes off the bed, it's going to be very sharp.
Right.
Like that. So we just knock it back, knock all the edges off a little bit like that.
With a little sanders.
Yeah, a little sand, just knock it off, and then just stipple it together, just simple like that, makes it a bit more softer.
Right.
And then just darkening in the cracks like that to give it a bit of depth. And there's little holes everywhere. It's supposed to look like pumice stone, so there's little holes all dotted about if you look closely.
And what are those for?
Just like where you get in pumice stone, you get the air pockets and
I see.
In the coral.
All right. It is a beautiful piece. And the rest of it's all packed up, yeah? No, it's out on the set.
It's on the set at the moment, yeah. It's all
Until this.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It hasn't moved for the last year and a half.
What's that?
It hasn't moved from the set.
It hasn't?
No.
Oh, okay. Dude, it is really lovely. Lovely work. I remember I get this question. I used to get this question a lot. Do you mind when your work when you build something, spend all this time building something, and then it gets destroyed? But you're going carefully making the destruction really beautiful.
Yes. I'm not working on it this time, but the other guys are doing a lovely job so far. It's going to look really nice.
So you just have to watch them tear apart your baby.
When I heard them saying, I was like, nah, I'm all right. I'll do something else this time.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's lovely work, man. Thank you so much for taking me through it.
No worries.
Really appreciate it. Rowan, tell me what we're looking at here.
This is a King's chair, which I made originally for the Series 1.
You made?
Yeah, all from scratch.
All from scratch?
Yeah.
Okay, let's walk through the...
Yeah, of course.
I'm a little gobsmacked by that. Really? This is all from scratch?
Yes.
This is beautiful.
Thank you.
And I mean, more than that, it really looks like something that was found in a barn that's several hundred years old.
Well, we use a lot of reclaimed timber. We've got a good supply for that. So I've got all different types of wood.
And reclaimed timber gives you some older wood feel to it?
Yeah, so you like the depth of the textures and the actual, look, that's all natural. That's how it kind of came.
Okay.
And then, so all the individual pieces all put together. It's just quite a lot of traditional woodwork in it.
Right.
As well as some modern joining techniques. Like all these are separate.
Right.
That's one piece, that's separate, and that's another piece.
Are you CNCing some of the details and carving some of the others, or is it all
None
carving?
of this was CNC'd.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
we laser cut some templates to get the detail.
Yeah.
Most all of it I cut myself.
Amazing.
And the whole end piece was all hand carved.
This is all hand carved.
Yeah.
Rowan, this is insanity. Also, I found myself, when I first walked over, my first question was, how did you get this paint texture? But I'm touching this and I'm feeling it, and it's not paint.
No. It's bright nickel silver etchings.
Yeah.
So it comes with this texture. So that's like original.
Way. You're
and then
hammering this in?
It's all hand beaten to fit the shape and glued down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, all of this is done this way.
Yeah.
So this is amazing. What I mean, this seems like a treat to get to spend this much time making them this beautiful.
It was nice. We had a little bit more time than last season to actually perfect it. This is the only bit on there I didn't make because these were sculpts.
These are sculpted and
so
cast.
They're cast in resin,
Gotcha.
but everything else.
It looks absolutely perfect.
Oh, and the other thing on here, the other detail.
Yeah.
This is leather.
Really?
To get the scales.
Oh,
yeah.
of
So
course.
like each scale's beaten. You know they have the stamps. Each one's beaten.
So it's tooled into the leather.
Tooled into the leather. Yeah.
And this is all hand carved.
That's all hand carved. Yeah.
So last season you made the chairs. This season you're upgrading them?
Yeah, upgraded. We've added more etchings on the top. Putting more silver in them. These ones have
time passing of these chairs, yeah?
I presume so. Yeah. Yeah.
How much more work do you have? I can see there's some that are still unfinished. You're moving through.
Yeah, it takes a long time. So we've got to do this on each of the other chairs.
Yeah.
On the tops.
How much? So I know this is probably the special case being the King's chair, but with each of these, how much time does it take you to go through and do like a whole row like that?
That's probably a day or 2 days.
A day or two?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then are you doing all the fronts on?
These ones are actually resin.
Okay.
So I made 2 because we had 10 chairs. It was much quicker to do them in resin. Then we put silver leaf on it with the iron paste.
Fair enough.
To replicate the same sort of look.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Is it as much fun to make these as it looks like it is?
This was really satisfying because then with these ones I spent ages making jigs up to do all the jointing with it.
So
they're all
that
individual components. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is its own thing
that's one its
entirely,
own.
but this is 10.
Yeah, but I love the carving on it because I don't normally get a chance to do that. It's great.
What are you using to do carving on something like this?
Proper carving chisels.
A big angle grinder with...
No, actually proper carving chisels.
Oh, really? Oh, hand chisels and...
I mean, I did route out some of the areas to get them flat, and then it's all hand carved with proper hand chisels.
What a treat.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. I've had them for years, and you finally get a chance to use them.
Yeah. And then there's this moment when you finish all this and the painters come in and beat the shit out of it?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. No, it just adds the feel. It's nice. Yeah.
It really, there are moments when you find out that the thing that looks like real craftsmanship actually is real craftsmanship, and that's lovely.
Yeah.
These are gorgeous. Can you show me a little bit of the hammering technique? Is that possible?
So on these, you have to actually glue them down. So it's kind of a pre-shape in there, and some cuts to take the meat out of it so it doesn't fold up.
So there's an initial phase where you kind of get it close.
Shape it.
Right.
And it's just a case of pushing it into all the gaps.
Right.
But it doesn't always want to go. So
Yeah,
it takes quite a bit of time.
Yeah, so you're really kind of coaxing it and moving the metal
around. And then it's put a bit of glue on it to stick most of it down.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's individually gluing all
Gluing the bits, and then
afterwards,
once that's all
pushing
done,
it
you come
down.
in and do a polish.
Yeah, but you then maybe on beating if a bit was sticking up and
Wow.
stuff like that, and then polish them off. Yeah.
That's got to be the most fun to do the polish when it all sort of
Oh yeah, especially you finish one. It's like, oh great, move on to the next one.
comes into form.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's
Yeah.
lovely. And then you just keep on running your hands over it, trying to find the.
Yeah, because we don't want any sticky out bits because it hurts anyone.
It'll hurt
Yeah.
people. Grab costumes.
Yeah. Like this one was quite tricky because it's got quite a lot of the end bits. So what I had to do is stamp
Yeah.
the pointy bits into the wood.
Oh
Like
right.
that one.
Yeah.
So it can't come out
Because it.
because I don't want
wants
the
to-
actor and clothing and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Dude. It's really exciting. This is also a resin, yes?
No,
Or is
that's
that,
real.
That is
That's
real.
part of the
Oh,
wood,
okay.
yeah.
So just this piece.
So that bit and that bit.
Yeah.
That was all one piece of wood,
Wow.
and then kind of assembled from that.
You met. What do you do to bring out the grain on stuff like that?
That was burnt.
It was burnt
Yeah, so
Oh,
you
okay.
get blowtorch, blacken it off, and
Yeah,
then wire
yeah.
brush the grain back out.
with a wire brush.
Yeah, it's the easy because then it's got soft grain and hard grain, so it's quite
So
a good technique.
the char ends up coming out in the softer grain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude. This is one of those really rare occasions when looking at the closer you look, the better it gets. It's really lovely. Oh, and you also did hammering onto the
yeah, there's
resin as
all
well.
those,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did that present interesting different issues because it responds differently than the wood?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, you can't push the ends in as much, but you
Yeah.
just kind of try and glue them down so they
Yeah.
don't stick up a bit, really. Yeah.
Amazing. Rowan, thank you so much for walking
You're
me
welcome.
through this. It's
Thank you very
gorgeous,
much.
gorgeous
Cheers.
work. Wow. Can I sit in it? I'm going to sit in it.
Yeah. Feel very
of
regal.
course. Ah, there's just nothing like